Welcome back, YouTubers, once again to my WWE vlog. I am Daniel Parkin, and this guy sitting here is NJ.
What's up?
Back in my hometown after university, and we're once again vlogging together. It could not get much better than this. Before we start this video, make sure you subscribe up above. Make sure you like the video if you like what we're talking about, and don't forget to comment down below, of course, as well. Don't forget to add us also on Skype. My Skype is daniel.parkin01, NJ's is NJ1988, and also don't forget to add us on Twitter. My Twitter is Daniel_Parkin, and NJ's is NJ17. I will never forget your Twitter, NJ.
I won't forget yours.
Good. Alright then, so what are we talking about today, NJ?
The top WrestleMania moments, and we'll start with the first one when Hogan slammed Hulk there. And Hogan
Andre the Giant
at WrestleMania 3.
The 500 whatever 6-pounder, whatever he was at WrestleMania 3. Yeah, this is just an epic moment. I think whatever age you are, you'll always remember this moment because it was Hogan doing what no one thought that anyone could do to Andre the Giant.
Then, yeah.
And it was one of those moments, one of those moments that defines wrestling in a way. Hogan winning the title, being the main face of the company, slamming the big guy, big heel.
Which is a lot different to how things are now with.
Don't say the word. Don't say the word. Just move on to the next one.
Yeah,
but yeah, that's our first epic moment of WrestleMania 3. We then have, from WrestleMania 3, we did have a lot more moments, but we wanted to get down to our era and the matches we remember more. We had a lot of moments, but we'll go to the Shawn Michaels Razor Ramon ladder match at WrestleMania 10.
After watching it on YouTube, I thought that was a great match, great ladder match,
yeah.
Great fighting for both of them, great moments, both of them looking strong. I thought, what a top match.
And it really laid the foundation for ladder matches of nowadays, because because you've got to remember, back then these matches were very rare, and these matches weren't ever done that much. No. So these kind of matches were really important for the foundations for the people now that do ladder matches.
It only grew to be more of a, in my opinion, more of a ladders, more of a Shawn's thing. He mastered the ladders.
Yeah, but Razor Ramon won the match, and Razor Ramon was a great character in the ring, so I don't mind him winning that match. But anyway, that was a really good moment in WrestleMania history, we believe. The next one, we believe, WrestleMania 12, when we had Shawn Michaels versus Bret the Hitman Hart in a 60-minute Iron Man match for the WWE title. NJ, why was this match so awesome?
Well, Iron matches were one of my favourites because of how much fighting both people had to put through for the whole hour, and you just see that it went on and on, and they couldn't finish. And it's just a pure wrestling match. In this match there was no pinfalls, no submissions, nothing like that until the overtime, of course. But this is just pure wrestling at its best. You have Shawn Michaels and Bret the Hitman Hart, two of arguably the greatest wrestlers of all time. Having a great 60-minute Iron Man. And it even went to overtime as well, which shows how dramatic this match was. As we all know, Shawn Michaels won the match, and deservedly so, in my opinion. Yeah. Right, the next moment we have is at WrestleMania 14. Now this is important. Why, NJ? WrestleMania 14 because it's the beginning of the Attitude Era.
Yeah, and this is when Stone Cold took over from the face of the company from Shawn Michaels as he was suffering from injuries, and of course, we'll never forget that because of course Stone Cold took the face of the company, and also we had the involvement of Mike Tyson as well.
It was great to see him.
Awesome.
Which obviously he made the event bigger than what it already was.
Yeah, and that really made it good for mainstream people as well.
Very much so.
But yeah, overall, this was the match was good, but it was also the moment, the defining moment, when it went to the Attitude Era and when Stone Cold Steve Austin became the face of the company. So that's why we chose this as one of our favourite WrestleMania moments. We then, unless you have any other opinions on it,
that's all for that.
Good. Yeah. We then come to our favourite WrestleMania, which is WrestleMania 17. We think this is by far the best WrestleMania, and there are two moments in this WrestleMania which we will always remember. Number one, TLC 2.
What a great match. TLC's are just as entertaining as other matches. It was the creation of it and just great wrestling superstars. And again, like the ladder match, this was one of the first TLC matches, and it's really set the foundations for tag team wrestling now, even though we know the tag team division is defunct. But that's not the point. We had the Dudley Boys, the Hardy Boys, and the Edge and Christian. We had the whole chairs, tables, ladders thing associated with the tag teams, and it was just an overall great match. It was very brilliant match. And of course we had Edge and Christian win again. And great moments in the match, which made the match stand out in the event. Yeah, Jeff Hardy getting speared from the top, from the title when he was holding onto it by Edge. That was an awesome moment. And also the table spots as well were awesome. You cannot forget people like that. You cannot forget moments like that. Also, we had Rock versus Austin in the main event, and this to me was probably one of the best matches I've ever seen in my life. It was so back and forth. Great, because them two really had the fight going on. And they really went at it. Because obviously they had to build up the rivalry and that.
And of course, they were the two biggest wrestlers in WWE at the time.
Very much so.
You know, so you had that, and then you had the moment which none of us expected, and that was Austin turning heel.
No, he joined forces with Vince McMahon, and then that just made the match a whole lot worse for The Rock.
Yeah, and of course afterwards from that we had the whole, we as Austin as a character, just we wanted him back to his old character straight away because his new character was awful. Didn't
work out.
But yeah, another WrestleMania moment simply because of the moment itself when Austin turned heel and went and sided with Vince McMahon, something which we never thought would happen. Okay, what about WrestleMania 18, NJ?
WrestleMania 18, we had Hollywood Hulk Hogan versus The Rock.
Yeah, anyway, they won't be able to hear me, but yeah, I mean, again, this is icon versus icon, two great wrestlers, and the reason why we put this match in there is not necessarily because it's icon versus icon, but because of the crowd reaction.
Very much with the match all the way through, and just did great for both wrestlers.
And not only was the crowd reaction awesome, but we had something very unique happen in this match. We had the crowd. We had the crowd cheering Hollywood Hulk Hogan, who was supposed to be the heel.
Meant to be, yeah.
And we had and people booing The Rock, which was a very strange thing, booing the face, cheering the heel.
But, I don't expect that.
But The Rock played very well to that. And again, that's one of those moments you very rarely get in WWE. The switch of the face and the heel cheering. It's a unique moment, and to have Hollywood Hulk Hogan face The Rock is just an awesome match.
Very good seller.
And it's a shame. It's a shame that wasn't the main event. It wasn't the main event. It was the match before the main event. That should have definitely been the main event.
It should have.
It was. Again, great match. Rock won that, so obviously promoting Rock as a talent, of course. Then we have the more recent ones, which we can definitely remember because we've seen these WrestleManias live.
Yeah, the one went
on TV, of course.
Yeah, of course.
The first one is
WrestleMania 24 when Shawn Michaels retired Ric Flair.
And I want you to do this one because I know you like this moment.
Well, I love this because obviously we all knew that Vince McMahon had tried to retire Ric Flair, and then they put him actually up against Shawn Michaels, which neither Ric Flair or Shawn wanted to do. But then obviously Ric Flair reveals that he would love just Shawn to retire him.
Yeah.
The great match was all the way through. Great wrestling for both of them. Ric Flair would not give up.
Yeah, and of course this was an epic match in itself because of mainly because of the ending, when Shawn Michaels is about to give him the super kick and he says to him, "I'm sorry, I love you," and it's just the emotion just goes right there. You can tell, and immediately after he pins him for the free count, he goes and hugs him. What better moment can you get in wrestling than something like that? Two wrestlers that have genuine respect for each other. Do you know what I mean?
And Shawn Michaels ends up leaving the ring, and Ric Flair having his great final moment, the crowd reaction, saying Brick. Well, I think that's what he said.
Woo!
Yeah, that was missed.
Yeah, but that was an awesome moment.
Very much.
This is very similar to what happened at WrestleMania 26, when you had Taker versus Shawn Michaels in a retirement match.
Yeah, I was thinking, in my opinion, retirement matches the following years after, space them out more, but this. It was great. We had Undertaker and Shawn Michaels. Shawn Michaels felt he could finish it, but obviously he couldn't get the job done.
Of course, even though this was the second match in a row, this match had so many more implications, and because of the Shawn retiring, it just added a little bit of an extra dimension to the match. Yeah. And of course, we had the moment when Undertaker probably done one of the best tombstones he's ever done in his life on Shawn, and Shawn loses the match and retires.
But to talk about the tombstones, Shawn Michaels would not stay down for most of the tombstones in the match. He kept getting up and up.
And Undertaker wouldn't stay down for the feature music either.
He did that. They put on great fights, but Shawn really was the one who was trying to not give up because he wanted to be the one to finish the streak.
But again, I think the mistake WWE made with Ric Flair's retirement was that they didn't make that the main event. They did the right thing making this the main event because this was the way fans wanted to be sent off from WrestleMania. To have Shawn Michaels have his moment.
Very much so.
And Undertaker, of course, to continue his streak.
That's it.
But again, it was a great way to send someone like Shawn Michaels off. This brings us on to the next thing, which is
Taker's ongoing streak.
He is now 18-0, and this is it's not necessarily a moment, but it's one of those things that you just got to take into account because it's 18-0, it's a streak, and it's the main marketability of WrestleMania now, isn't
it? It is very much so.
So you got to admire something like that.
No one else has got this apart from Taker, so it's very special for him.
And that's why we think he may just go ahead and main event this WrestleMania.
I think that's what happened.
Yeah. All right then. So we picked out 10 moments there, awesome moments that I'll always remember. Of course, if you guys out there have any moments which you feel should belong in this list, don't be afraid to put them in the comment section below, of course. And that is the end of our video. Man, it's been great vlogging with you again, NJ.
Thank you very much, and you too, Dan.
Good. All right then, so we'll end the video there. Thank you very much for watching, people. Make sure you add us on Skype and Twitter, and goodbye.